thank Scotch Management for giving the opportunity to showcase the initiatives that we are doing as part of smart policing. Today, I'm here to present about e-Malkana initiative, which is developed by Visakhapatnam District Police as a part of overall smart policing initiatives taken up by Andhra Pradesh Police. So this e-Malkana initiative is an initiative for storing, organizing, and analyzing the seized case properties when it comes to which are the case properties and property rooms of police stations. So the basic aim is to transform the messy property rooms into an organized Malkanas, means organized property rooms, and the entire data of any case property which is seized as part of the cases will be stored in a dynamic QR code, and this will be the DNA of the property seized. So we call it dynamic QR code because whenever we make changes to the property details, the movement of the case property and all, the QR code will remain the same, but the data behind it will keep changing. And we also have a dedicated website which enables effective supervision and monitoring, which acts more as a dashboard to the supervisory officers. And this initiative is very simple and it's scalable, and it got like with minimal infrastructure, both like software or the physical infrastructure, with minimal and modest investment, we'll be able to implement the initiative across the state, or including we can take it up at the national level as well. So what's the necessary of these initiatives? So at present, we can see that police station property rooms are kind of very messy and disorganized, and there is no effective control when it comes to seized property. Whenever there is a change of station house officer, so the new station house officer has always have to search for the case property which was seized maybe 2 years or 3 years back, ago, when the case comes for hearing in the court, or whenever they ask it for like property restriction and all, it becomes really difficult. And also if we have to search for any property, there's a lot of time which is lost in retrieving or for searching the property. And when it comes to the conviction rates in the court, foolproof chain of custody is very much essential. And with the current state of the property rooms and the way the property is stored, the way we can establish the chain of custody is like getting really difficult. And when it comes to image of the police station, most of the rooms in the police station are being modernized and they look really good. But when it comes to the property rooms, they look kind of messy. So it affects the image of the police station as well. So our idea is to ensure that we want to bring a process improvement using technology. Apart from the physical infrastructure change, we also want to bring in the technology and we want to develop a smart police station. And the core of this is like we want to do an evidence-based conviction. So that's the major goal of this initiative. And what exactly does e-Malkana does? So with this e-Malkana, we can ensure the chain of custody. I'll explain how exactly we do it. And then easy retrieval and identification of property is also possible with this e-Malkana. And whatever data or whatever case property is seized as part of the different cases that we investigate, all those properties are stored in a very systematic manner, and there is an effective supervision as well. So misplacing or losing some properties and all these things will not happen with this e-Malkana initiative in place. So with this, we can ensure that there is a better conviction rate because the chain of custody can be clearly proved in the court, and we can, based on this evidence-based policing, we can have a better conviction rate. So this is the workflow of this e-Malkana. So basically in the website, we have got three major parts. So one is details of property, that is part 1, and chain of custody, that is part 2, and disposal of property, that is part 3. Whenever a property is seized as a part of a case investigation, we enter those details in part 1 of the e-Malkana website. In part 1, we have this FIR number, date of registration, name of the investigating officer, date of seizure of property, relevant sections and acts, and also we keep the photo of the property and location of the property. Entire thing, we give the entire details of the seizure of the property, including the sections and everything on the entire details of the property will be stored in part 1. And to ensure that there is, because we'll be using this data for analysis later, we ensure that most of these things are drop downs so that there won't be any manual errors in this. And then the part 2, which is chain of custody. So as and when we want to move this property for analysis, from RFSL or FSL analysis, or if we want to do some identification of property, or if we want to produce a property in the court, we always have this part 2, that is chain of custody, will be updated. That will have details like date of movement, purpose of movement, if there is any order or copy for the movement of this, and who are the persons who are handling the property. who exactly is taking this property from the police station to the concerned maybe court or RFSL or FSL. So all these details will be stored, and so all these details will be stored in the chain of custody part. And then comes the final disposal, which is like the part 3, disposal of property. In this, once the case is disposed and we get a court order, so the date of court order will be there. And if in case that the property has to be handed over to someone, maybe complainant or whoever it is, so those details will be entered, and who exactly is the current IO, because by the time the property is disposed or property is handed over, there might be different IO. So we can update those details as well, and who is doing that and method of disposal. And also we can also attach the relevant documents and also the photo of disposal as well. So all these things will be part of disposal of property. So in this way, with all these 3 parts, we ensure that the property, whatever we are seizing, till it's produced in the court and also till its destruction, we always have a foolproof chain of custody. So we know exactly where it is and with what basis, what documents or what orders do we have for the movement of a disposal. Everything will be stored in this. So these are the old property rooms, which the way property is usually stored. And these are the new e-Malkana property rooms that we have in place. So this is like with a very modest investment, we'll be able to, because the shelves and all are like basic shelves, racks that we have come up with. And we have taken when we have implemented an initiative in one of the police stations as a pilot basis, we have taken the caseload, average caseload of the last 3 years of that particular police station, and we have identified the number of cases in which case property is seized, and also number of type and the size and other descriptive particulars of the property seized. And based on that, we have come up with what type of boxes, cardboard boxes we need to have. So once a property is seized, so we have different categories. So for valuables like jewelry or cash and all, we have an almirah, which is at the entrance of the property room. So that will be locked. There's an almirah which is locked. And then we have a drum, a round drum as well, in case if we are seizing something like a wooden stick, which cannot fit into the cardboard boxes, like wooden stick or some knives and all. So we'll just label them with a QR code and place them in the drum. And apart from that, what are the other property that we seized, any clothes or any other cell phones or all the other property that we seized, we place them in these boxes. So for each property, whenever we seized, when we enter the details in the part 1, we generate a QR code. So we take the QR code and we paste it on the box into which the property will go into. And later, if we want to like search for a property, we can always search using the website. And also if you want to go and scan, if you go and scan some QR code of any of the boxes that are present, so you don't need a special equipment. You can use the general QR code reader of any cell phone. If you go and scan it, you'll get the details of the entire thing, like right from like when it was seized and every other detail. So this is the QR code that we generate. And this is the website that we are talking about. We get all these details, the property information and the basic details, whatever the IO, the date of FIR, the date of seizure, and what exactly the property description, and the location of the property as well, which box, which bin exactly this has gone into. And depending on the size, B1 is a bin which is like a drum. So because it's a wooden stick that we're using here, which is of 90 cents, so it goes into a bin, which is a drum. So we know exactly where exactly each of these properties are going into. So the process of storage and retrieval becomes quite easy. And this is a dashboard that we are presenting to the officers, especially the supervisory officers, and of course the station house officers as well. So who can see the total number of cases in which the case property has been seized, and number of cases in which the case property has already been disposed, and what are the pending cases that are there, which the property has to be there in the property room. So in case if we have to, when we do the station inspection or visit, if we have to randomly check or inspect something, we can use this dashboard and see like number of cases in which case property has to be there in the police station, and we can also check whether they are like there in proper custody or not. So these are some of the search and things we can do using crime number or date of seizure. Suppose if you do the date of seizure and search, you can always get the details of what exactly property was seized on that particular day and which bin the property is existing. So of course you can search based on section of law, and of course you can search on based on acts and all other details. So the way we ensure that the data which we enter is also foolproof is by ensuring that only SHO will have the mechanism to enter. Using SHO's login, he can enter the details, and CA and SDPO will only able to view those. They cannot make any changes. They cannot edit it. Supervisory officer like Superintendent of Police, he'll be having the permission to edit it, but those will be having, all those things will be having logs. So we know that what exactly, I mean, in case there is some minor errors or in case if they have to be changed, so SP, they have to be, we have established a proper SOP through which those changes can be done. And whatever changes we make, everything will have a proper log. So this is one of the newspaper cutting that we have based on this eMalkana initiative launch. So, so this is the, what is the uniqueness of this initiative? It's very quite simple because we were able to try, because it's just like quite simple. Control of all these things. Exactly, property is there. The police journal. Property sees. So we have code, and it's a dynamic QR code. So whenever we make changes to the description or the other details of the property, the QR code will remain the same, but the details behind it will change. So some of the challenges that we have seen in this are the space constraint when it comes to when we see NDPS like ganja and ID arrack. So there will be like large quantities which will not fit into these bins or into property rooms. So we're trying to come up with some unique solutions for those cases as well. And we are right now it's implemented across like 2 police stations, and we are implementing at other police stations as well. So we are training and scaling it to other police stations by bringing the infrastructure in place. And of course, we are taking the feedback from all other concerned, and we are trying to refine the process as well. So thank you. That's the end of the presentation. I can now take any suggestions or questions that the jury has. Thank you.
Yeah, nice initiative. At least just streamlining the property in the police station. But the data you showed there, when did you launch it? I think connection.
Your connection is broken.
A couple of months back, ma'am. It's been a couple of months. So the initiative was launched.
There is some network problem.
There's some network problem.
Audible, ma'am?
Yes, now. Yeah.
Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, now
you are audible. When was it launched? It's a nice initiative.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. So the initiative was launched a couple of months back in the other subdivision, ma'am. But recently it has been scaled to our subdivision as well. And last month this was launched in our subdivision as well, ma'am.
Last month only. Because the data you showed look like test data. They are not real data.
No, ma'am. Those are the real data, ma'am. We have been using it, and we have taken all the data, and it's from both the police stations. I mean, it has been launched in the other police station from quite some time, ma'am, and it has been recently launched in our subdivision from last month.
You showed the way you showed.
Whatever data, yeah,
107 cases, yeah, 107 cases.
Yes, ma'am. Whatever data
has pending, nothing has been disposed so far.
Ma'am, whatever data has been disposed of, whatever data has been in the recent 1 or 2 months, there has been no disposal of property, ma'am, because the courts, they're not functioning with regard to disposal of property, ma'am. So there has been no disposal as such. But whatever data has been shown is the real data, ma'am.
But that's only 107 properties.
Yes, ma'am, 170. This only with regard to one particular police station, ma'am.
But a police station must be more than this. 117 looks much small, and I don't know. But so how long it will take? Like if you have to keep on doing, like
your network is
no
not
disposal. There are no disposal.
You are not audible.
I'm not audible.
Your network is not okay.
My network is not okay. Don't tell me.
Breaking in between. It was breaking at that time.
I think Zoom server is doing it. But anyway, no. So because I think the number is in one police station also 117 looks to be too small. But maybe you have not entered. Backlog data is not entered. It maybe for the last 6 months or something like that. But anyway, it's a good initiative. Quite impressive. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. This is a very good initiative. I had gone through a similar presentation sometime back also. I think it was being done in some other district or some other state. But I remember it was one of the it was either Telangana or Andhra Pradesh. It was one of those districts only. I think this is one of the things which is long overdue. It should have been done long time back. In fact, it should have been as a part of your CCTNS itself, but somehow it was missed out. Anyhow, it's good. It's good if you have been able to implement it. Excellent.